Okay, I'm going to just do a brief overview of how to utilize the inventory system. So you'll see here when you log in, you have a list of all of the current inventory that you have in here and then what your current stock is. So I'm going to create a new one so we can see it from the start. So I'm going to press create and I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to call it Jenny's Medford Brochure. And I might put in here um, all of Jenny's favorite things to do. Uh, whatever the purpose of this brochure is, we can put in here. Or you can leave it blank if the title is enough. For example, your visitor guide, you probably don't have to put a description in there. And then we'll press save. And then that will give us the option to, I'm going to scoot this window down just a little bit. So we can see that it'll give us the option to add stock, distribute stock, or save or go back. So this is brand new, so I'm going to add stock. And then we'll see here that I can give it a description. I'm going to call it, first order. And we ordered 1,000 of them, and we're receiving them today. The cost was, let's say, 15 or 12.56. The vendor was John's Printing. It was requested by Jenny and fulfilled by the vendor. And then we can put in here, that the first order went great, and there's 1,000 of them, 1,000 in packs of 50, whatever information you might want to put in here that's specific to this order and how they're packaged and what you might need to see. Also, again, the notes can be blank. You don't have to fill those in. And then I will press save, which will bring us back to this screen. So now we'll see that I have my first order in here of 1,000. Okay, so now I have my order. I want to distribute some. Somebody has already requested that we get these brochures to them. So we'll press distribute. And then again, we'll be able to give it a description. So we'll say, March Wedding Trade Show. And there were 26 requested, and they're requested for March 5th. They were requested by Jimmy and fulfilled by Tammy. And then we can put in here, he'll be distributing these on behalf of Travel Medford. You could also put in here anything about the show that you wanted to note. Then we'll save that. And then we can see when we get back to this screen that now we have our first order where we added 1,000 and then we distributed 26. And so now our total order, or our total stock amount is now 974. So then we can go back here and we'll see, okay, so now we have those 3 that we had in here before, and now we also have Jenny's Medford brochure, and here's what the total is. So then you also have, so you could create new, but then you also have the option when you go into edit, say that that we've given out all of these brochures and we're not going to print anymore, then we could set this as inactive, and then that would allow us to still see that we had this brochure at one time, but we don't have it anymore. So we can set it as inactive. Or if we don't want it to appear in that list in the front anymore at all, we can set it to archive, and then that will remove it from the list altogether. But never fear, it will still be in the database. So if you ever needed to say, hey, we need to know that one time we had Jenny's Medford brochures, how many did we order, who did we get it from, and who did we give them out to, we can still see that. It just keeps that initial inventory list nice and clean for you. So I'm going to archive it because you guys don't want this in here, and we'll press save. and then we'll go back and we'll see now it's not in here anymore. So that is briefly how you can utilize the inventory system. If you have any questions on that or using it or what to fill in where, just shoot me an email or give me a call. I'm happy to walk you through it in addition.